Welcome to the MindBodySpirit Festival. I've got a lovely big audience here. Thank you so much. I feel like giving you a round of applause. This is the last day and I'm the first speaker. So all those people that went out for dinner on Saturday night, I hope that you have a lovely sleep in, and I had to get up very early and drive from Bendigo to talk to my lovely crowd. And I really do mean it. Thank you so much. So today I'm going to be talking about how to enhance your yoga practice with Ayurveda. So at the end of the workshop, I want you to ask any questions that you want, because well, let's make this interactive. Yeah? So I want you to ask any questions that you want throughout the presentation, and at the end of the day I would like you to have an idea of different types of yoga and how that will be enhanced throughout an understanding of Ayurveda. I'd like you to understand how you can begin to apply this straight away to your yoga practice. Hello, lovely lady. So let's take a minute, and before we even start, I'm feeling really good this morning. Before we even start, let's have a look at the definition of health, and this is according to the World Health Organization. So I'm at the MindBodySpirit Festival. If we look at the definition of health, it's looking at health of the mind, of the body, of the spirit. And it's not only looking at health prevention, it's also looking at the absence of any disease. So we want to begin to look at health before we start to get sick, or before we start to get toxin in our body and ill health. We're looking at the three dimensions: the mind, the body, and the spirit. So if you look at the diagram up here, we've got one component. And as I said in the beginning, I live in Bendigo, so I had to get up very early this morning. And I was here last night, late at night, and I chose to drive home. So that big thing in the middle is all about health. So how am I going to achieve a balanced health? I need to make sure that my diet is optimal. I need to make sure that I've got some downtime. I need to make sure that I've got really good sleep. All these different facets lead to health. When one thing goes out of balance, a little bit like a spider's web, then my health is going to go out of balance. So I'm looking at the health of the body, the mind, and the spirit. What can I do to keep myself in balance? So I might decide to practice yoga. So what is yoga? Yoga, in a nutshell, would be looking at some kind of spiritual development. So when you go to a yoga class, it might not be one-on-one, you might be doing a yoga class. So the teacher has to be able to teach yoga for a different range of abilities within the one class. First thing. The teacher might be teaching in a gym, in a yoga studio, in airports. I've started to see little yoga places pop up, which is amazing. If you look at flying and you look at what happens to the body with flying, yay credit. So yoga in the West, some of the things that are taught in yoga, a lot of people understand about posture. And when you talk about yoga, you might see people doing all these amazing flexible postures, but yoga is more than that. And that's what we want to bring together today. We really want to talk about how you can change your yoga practice, how you can enhance your yoga practice. Doesn't matter what type of yoga you do, but how you can make it more for you than just an asana, than just pranayama, than just meditation. How do you understand what type of asana, what type of pranayama, breathing practice, what type of meditation is good for you and your body? So what is Ayurveda? What is that word for starters? Ayurveda translates to science of life, life knowledge. So up in Bendigo, we've opened up a health and wellness retreat, and we use the modalities of yoga and Ayurveda. So when I work with Ayurveda, I look, number one, at health coaching. I look at what are you doing right now in your life? What is keeping you at an even level? What is maybe dropping you down so you go out of balance? And then we work out a bit of a plan. So we'll look at diet. I'll pull the diet to pieces, and we'll look at how your diet is either helping you and supporting you or causing toxic build-up within the body. We look at body therapies. One of the reasons that I brought some of these products with me today is we look at different body therapies and how that can bring balance to your body. So some of the things that I might be doing is massage, and here with me today I have one already made. I have something that I can massage with that's full of herbs. I'll either use it dry or I'll use it with oil, depending on your body type. Some of our body therapies, we use a lot of massage. We've got herbalized oils. We also look at what you put into your body. So this is why we call it a retreat and day spa. What you put on your body is absorbed through your skin. If you can't absorb it properly, it'll start to lead to build-up. So we use as natural as we can. So I've got toners, face creams, I use yogurt, honey, depending on your particular body type in the day spa. We talk about lifestyle. I have with me a tongue scraper. You look at your, beautiful, thank you for nodding, sir. We look at, in the morning, our diagnostic. Look at the bowel motions, look at your tongue. If your tongue has toxic buildup on it, the only way that what's going to happen is that toxic buildup is then going to be reabsorbed back into the body. Let's go back. Let's think about our yoga practice. If we have toxic buildup in our body, we put product in our body that's going to cause imbalance in our body, toxic buildup, it's going to clog the channels of the body. If we have something like edema, so we might have swelling on the ankles, we might have a little bit of obesity, we might be sluggish. Because I'm at the MindBodySpirit Festival, we're talking about health with the mind, the body and the spirit. This one here, to decrease sluggishness in the body, to decrease pain. We can't practice yoga effectively. If we're in a pose, if we're in Warrior 2 pose, for example, something like this, where I need to hold it, how am I going to hold it when my mind is too busy thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner, or my mind is going, oh, I can really feel that inner thigh stretching a little bit too much, or my belly, my back's aching, it's not going to work. When that happens, what's going on with my mind? My mind is everywhere. My mind does not want to be here right now. So we're talking about how to use the principles of Ayurveda to enhance our yoga practice. So essentially, we get more out of our yoga practice. How do they work together? Let's look at the fundamental principles of what yoga is and what Ayurveda is. So I've done a lot of research. To be able to get an accredited training recognised by Australia up and running, I've had to research left, right and centre what happens, the history of yoga, the history of Ayurveda and how it's been brought to the West and how it's changed. I was lucky enough recently to be offered a fully paid scholarship to go work as an intern in an Ayurvedic hospital, and I've just returned, and the one thing that the doctors said to me is, Sarah, it's all about the Agni. If you don't have that digestive fire, the Agni, at optimal level, there is no point. So you